Good evening, everyone, and welcome once again for the GAVRA Racing Ferrari 33 SP. And I have to say, I am very excited tonight to be here at the Red Bull Ring. As you can see, the weather is looking absolutely fantastic tonight, and I do not believe we have any chance of rain in our forecast. And tonight we are driving with a 10 times accelerated time, so we will see the drivers finish a few hours into the night, so it'll be visually it will be a spectacular race. And as always, this is the top tier for the E1s at GAVRA Racing, so the racing is always very fast, very intense, and we always see some absolutely great maneuvers. And I know what y'all want. Y'all want to see what people are actually running here at the moment. So I'll go ahead and get this map and everything off of here as soon as I get it covered for y'all. Like I said, we are here at the Red Bull Ring. As always in GAVRA Racing, when we race today. So it is March 14th, 2020 set to the calendar. So it's not always perfect weather. Luckily, like I said, sun's out, it's beautiful, they've got a good track temperature. Yeah, it's going to be a great race. Red Bull Ring, back to where I was. Kilometers, it is 4.31 kilometers long, or 2.68 miles. 10 turns, which is a great mix of high-speed turns and a few very tricky ones as well, which are very key to keeping up a good time. And as always, 10-minute practice. They have a 10-minute qualifying, followed by approximately 80-minute race, but it is 64 laps. So we will see multiple pit stops out of the drivers tonight. And as a quick reminder of last week's race at Mugello GP, it was Aluchamps that brought in the first place, Faster in second. Agulator got third, and y'all, the viewers, nominated K. Morse as driver of the day. Go ahead and get that on off out of the way, and we'll have a little peek at what some of the drivers are doing while I get our drivers' points slideshow lined up. So far, we're seeing ESR Chef with the fastest lap of 1:21. Still have a few down at the bottom, not quite put in a time just yet. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and cover our driver's points. And before I do that, yes, I do know that both of my bottom banners there are scrolling at the same speed. That is because when I had them scrolling at different speeds, y'all think I'm crazy without it. You should see what happens to me if those things are moving at different speeds. It drives me absolutely insane. So my OCD did have to make those sync up, and I personally think the microphone and my EQ bars look much better there at the bottom as a little highlight instead of a main feature. So, in first place is Aluchamps with 246 points, followed by Faster with 196 points, then Flip with 151, Agulator with 137, ESR Chef with 129. So yeah, we are a little over halfway. We're getting close to 3/4 through this season. The drivers are still really close in points. We're going to see some great battles for the rest of the season, so y'all make sure you catch it. Hodgker with 129, Dr. Fiend with 105, Red 15 with 95, K. Morse with 87, Interceptor with 77, Snaker with 7, ID4 with 52, Sorry, y'all. I'm just going to move this camera a little bit there. There we go. Take a little pressure off of, I believe we were on Marcus. Or no, it was, wait a minute. Marcus might be a stand-in. We have Manic UK with 45. Mike HLB with 43. And that rounds out our driver's points. So I think, yes, I think Marcos is definitely a stand-in for the night. And we're fixing to go down there. Let's go back down there and check him out, get a look at his full name. Yep, I knew that was Marcus. He always does a great job. I do believe he is a stand-in for tonight. That, or I'm even more slack on my responsibilities than I think I have been. So let's go up here to the top and let's have a peek at everybody's times. As we can see, the field is really starting to stack up. 2.5 minutes left in qualifying, and as usual, and so we don't have to go back to the lobby between practice and qualifying, I have the team points that we'll go over then. Alochamp's currently with the fastest practice lap of a 120.4. Dr. Fiend also running a 120. Agulator with a 120. If y'all can see that, there is only, I believe that is 1/1000th of a second separating Dr. Fiend and Agulator at the moment, so very, very close. Pastor is in 4th with a 121. ESR Chef also with a 121 in 5th. Not much separating those two drivers. As you can see, these drivers are literally getting down and they're separated by only tenths. My prediction is we're going to see the field only separated by about 1.5 to 2 seconds in maximum at the end of qualifying. So we've got Hodgker also 122, and he is running a 122.056, so just over a half second slower than ESR Chef. So that's how close these guys are running tonight. K Morse also 122. Flip Flip is in the pit, but he's also running a 122. Mike HLB with a 122. Snaker also 122. Marcus 122. See, like I said, these drivers are really going to be stacking up. Manic UK a 123.14. Like I said, they're really getting close. ID4, he's just getting warmed up, and we all know it. Currently a 124, not too far off the pace, but like I said, we all know ID4 has a lot more in him. So, like I said, I'm still sticking to my guns on we're going to see about 2 seconds separating the grid for qualifying. And then that brings us to Red in 14th, and yeah, Red is the one who started late in the season and has literally taken the Ferrari 3.3 SP championship by storm. He has very quickly worked his way right up in the points. He's sitting really good in points, got himself up in the middle. So we know he has a lot more than a 131 in him. It really just like he's just kind of throwing his car around a little bit, trying to feel where the grip is on the track. Which is, after all, a very good move at pushing the boundaries. See just how far you can go, how much track you can use, and see when the race director is actually going to have a fit and penalize the hell out of you. Which, a few of the turns, he's quite brutal on here. Some of them, he's a little bit more forgiving. But I tell you what, we're just about out of it, and I read very, very, very slow. So yeah, we're going to go ahead. We'll switch on over here to our team standings real quick, because like I said, I'm a very slow reader, and we all know I cannot walk and chew bubblegum at the same time. So for team points, we have Tuned Beetle in first, which is Flip Flip and Alochamps, 397 points. They all but have the team championship, I think. Both drivers have been doing really good. It's going to be damn hard to get them knocked out of that first place position. And in second with team points, we have Car Aculio, which is Agulator and faster with 333 points. Followed by the Disconnection Kings in third, Red 15 and ESR Chef with 224 points. Fourth is Speed of Light, which is Interceptor and Dr. Fiend with 182 points. Fifth is LGR Motorsport, which is, of course, Hodger LGR and ID4 LGR. They always team up if they have the chance to do it. 181 points from them. Sixth is Super Racing Elite, which is Snaker and K-Morse, 157 points. Followed by M&M Racing in seventh, which is Mike HLB and Manic UK with 88 points. So we still have some good runoffs, as you can see, for team points, as well as individual points for the championship. And we'll get back over here where the real action is. And let's see, who do I want to get? We're gonna grab me a quick swallow of water so I can continue to talk. And while I do that, we're gonna pick somebody to go around the field with. Allochamps. Allochamps is our current leader in the individual points, so we will take a quick lap around. We'll have a quick peek at how his cam looks. A little crowded at the bottom of the screen, so y'all have to forgive me, but I really want to see just how Allochamps is tackling this track, and this is a great view from the driver's perspective. See, he is making use of every inch of the track there. This one right here is always the trickiest turn to me. It's very hard to keep your car balanced and get it just right. It's just a nice barely touch the inside curve back to the outside, ride the inside a little bit. If I touch the one on the inside there, it is detrimental to me. It'll spin me out every time. Touch the inside curve, make the most of the outside. See where this lap is going to put Allochamps. We may be weighing his car down just a little bit. Not that much, apparently. I was going to say, me and all the viewers inside his cockpit with him, it's already small enough. We added a lot of weight to his car there, and we see exactly what kind of time he just ran. Only 1/10 from Agulator. So we'll go ahead and we'll jump back out of his car. Let him get a couple of good laps in. They have 6.5 minutes left for qualifying. We can see Allochamps getting a little hard on the brake there, giving us a little smoke off of that back tire. So let's go in, let's check in on some of the other drivers, because we don't want to stay on Allochamps too long. I have a tendency of accidentally cursing the drivers. Let's check in on Chef. Chef is one of the more favorite people. I don't want to say more favorite people in GAVRA Racing, but he is very, very popular. He has been some of the commentators in the past favorites. Oh, didn't look like he was too happy with that run. He popped on back into the pit there. But yeah, Chef is one of my favorites to watch. He always puts on a great show. Last season he was absolutely killing it in the rain. I just don't think his rain dances worked all that great this season for everybody. We haven't seen too much race here with these cars. And as always, when it gets close to the end of the race, I will ask y'all to vote on Driver of the Day. By just under 5 minutes left, we're seeing Flip Flip with a 120. Alright. Alright, let's see if the drivers make me eat my socks at the end of qualifying with my prediction of a 2-second spread. So far, it's looking pretty good. Looks like I might not have to eat my socks. I did, of course, made sure I put on clean socks this morning. Unlike with the F1 race the other day, where I did, in fact, have to eat my socks because I made a foot-in-mouth prediction. And I think the drivers heard me, so they planned it. Alright, so let's go up here to the top of the grid. Flip with a 121 currently. Agulator with a Flip with a 120. He's just it is a 120. It's a 120.945, but he's in there. He's got the 120. Agulator with the 121. Mike HLB with the 121. I knew we'd see him improve a lot, and that's called the commentator's curse right there, ladies and gentlemen. That is what happens. Agulator with a 121, almost a 121 flat, very impressive. Which Agulator did manage to get a little faster than Mike. Put Mike down into 4th. Mike is not too happy about that. He's going to go back out there and try to beat that time. I think he can shave a little bit off of it. We have Allochamps in 5th with a 121. Snaker in 6th, 121. And I would go into the tenths, but it literally, as you can tell, it's just 4 to 3 tenths separating these drivers. And I'm trying to enforce the... Oh yeah, there we go. Everybody's within 2 seconds. I do not have to eat my socks. Thank you very much, all the drivers in the Ferrari 33 SP Championship. Y'all can't imagine the relief y'all just brought to me. Hodgker with a 121. Oh, grid, yeah, the grid is... Oh, Hodgker managed to put in a faster lap than Mike. So, a little bit of pressure, extra pressure there on Mike to try to get a better qualifying lap in. 2.5 minutes left. We're currently on Snaker with a 121. Marcus with a 121. Red 15, a 122. Oh, that looks like that curb really threw him there. There's only so many commentator curses I can take responsibility for during the race. I'm trying to save some of them for the actual race, so I'm not going to claim that one. ID4, 122. ESR Chef, also 122. Dr. Fiend, 122. Dr. Fiend, I believe, joined us last season, if I'm not mistaken, and has done very, very well here at GAVRA Racing. And we have K. Morse, who is also one of the commentator favorites, pulling up the rear in 14th, but he also has the 122, and we can see he is only 1/10 from Dr. Fiend, 3/10 from ESR Chef, 3/10 from ID4, 3/10 from 10th place. Oh, sorry. 4/10 from... Oh, they're still changing around on me here. They're really trying to get in some better times. But yeah, basically K. Morse is within just a very few tenths of, well, all the way up till about 9th place. So, once again, the grid is, it's stacked. We've got Faster out here in the lead with a 120.057. Very, very impressive, Faster. You are definitely earning your name tonight. Oh, as we can see the top 4 drivers now in the 120s. But still, 120 to 122 with K. Morse in 14th. That is only a 2-second spread. I do not have to eat my socks. Woody, how you doing? Oh, I hate the old commentator's curse, man. It does happen. It is real. Unfortunately. Usually for me, it happens when I'm really bragging on one of the drivers. Alright, down to the last, right here at the end of qualifying. See, Faster has the fastest lap at the moment, so we're gonna will probably get one more lap in. No, it looks like that the AI is taking his car over there. I'm judging by the pace. I'll see if I can find someone. Excuse me. I will see if I can find someone still out on lap. Nope, it looks like the AI is pretty much decided qualifying is pretty much done. And is going to start taking over everyone's cars. And there it is. There is the end of our qualifying. And we will have Faster in first, Agulator in second, Flip in third, Alochamps fourth, Marcos in fifth, ESR Chef in sixth, Hodgker seventh, Mike HLB in eighth, Red 15 ninth, Snaker is 10th, K-Morse is, ooh, nice job, K-Morse with the 11th, really moved himself up, ID4 12th, Manic UK in 13th, and Dr. Fiend bringing up the bottom in 14th, and once again, there is only, literally, 2 seconds separating this grid. So y'all get ready for it. The drivers have 2 minutes. I'm gonna do a quick shameless advertisement because we all know I am, if nothing else, I am shameless. So I'm gonna do that, and then I'm gonna mute my mic and grab me a quick drink so I can keep up with the drivers during the first. So everyone, go to the website gavraracing.altervista.org. Gavra is constantly adding more and more stuff on it. Actually, next week, I'm probably at the end of the race, I will give you all a quick overview and tour of the website. He has added so much. You will find all kinds of links on there, driver stats for past seasons, tracks, and the current. There is also a link to join the Discord, a link to the Patreon if you wish to help support us. We are completely community driven. It is everyone from you, the viewers, to the administrators, the drivers and commentators, all donating their time to make this happen. And yeah, just sign up for some race. I'm going to take me just a very quick drink of water so I can keep up with the start of this race, because these first couple of turns are going to be absolutely insane. And if Yep. And of course, you know, let me know how the video quality is. I still have everything kicked up a little bit, so y'all should have a very nice 1080p 60 frames a second, and hopefully if I set my software and my custom lines, command lines in there, it will look very nice and very, very smooth. So y'all let me know. And here we are sinking in. It does, nope, they are off. It's not gonna give us the lights. We have Faster still out in first. Agulator's right behind him. Nope, Agulator has made the move and he's gonna get in there, take the lead through the first turn, followed by Faster, Flip, Marcos, Alochamps, Hodgker, Red 15, ESR Chef, ID4, K-Morse, Manic. Sorry, yeah, Manic, Mike HLB, Dr. Fiend has moved up from last. Snaker is in 14th. So far, there has been some contact and major carnage in the back of the field. I believe we actually may have had 2 incidences there. Oh yes, we unfortunately do see one driver off on the right who has suffered. He's lost his back fin. That is going to make it very, very tough to get back to the pit lane. That is very unfortunate. And this is a very long race. I do feel very much for the drivers that just were just involved in all of that. It literally looked like everyone was just really right on top of each other. I dare say I really could not see what happened, but it almost looked like maybe somebody under heavy braking let the back tire hit a curb, and of course we all know that's it. It's just in a story if that happens to you. But we have, Marcos has managed to get by Faster in first place with a 1 second lead now, followed by Faster, followed with Alochamps right behind them in third with only 3 seconds behind the leader, Marcos. K-Morse has managed to find himself up into 4th position. Let's go right back down there. We've got a little bit of battle going on here. We've got K-Morse and ESR Chef trying to mix it up. And I've watched both of these drivers enough to know that they do not give an inch. They will fight all the way to the end. And a little bit farther on down the grid, it looks like they have caught up with Alochamps. We're going to see a little bit of a 3-way battle there for 3rd position. And I also do have to go back here down to the back. We have ID4 and Manic, I believe, trying to go side by side. ID4 has managed to hold on to his position though in front of Manic. Manic not quite able to get the move done. Flip is right behind them all though. So we basically have ID4, Manic, Flip, and Dr. Fiend, I believe, is not too terrible behind them. Even though we did have a few drivers have to go through the pit and get a little bit of repairs, it looks like most of them are back out on the field though. It will make it very tough for them, but this is a very long race. As you can tell, it is already very, very fast. As I'm going to go ahead, let's get our map and speedo up there. There we go. Yeah, see, there we go. We have ID4 getting all the way up to 160 miles per hour coming down the front straight and then braking very, very hard. And we'll get up to, I'm going to say, almost about the same. I'm thinking about 155. Yep, we saw 145, a little bit of early braking. They're trying to make sure they don't have any contact with each other. Oh, looks like ID4's, I believe we may have, everyone there is together. Yes, if you can't tell, 3 yellow cars right on top of each other is more than this commentator can keep track of. Flip in the back in the nice red car. He's the different one. I can keep track of him. He is putting massive pressure on ID4 at the moment. ID4 is putting a lot of pressure on Mike HLB, who is really piling on the pressure on Manic. But get away from this battle, but I've got to go up here to the front. We have Faster try to close in on Marcos, but Faster is also going to have to keep Alochamps, our champion of the Ferrari 33 SP. He's got to keep him fended off, which is going to be very difficult. It's a lot of pressure to have the leader right behind you. And if you've been in GAVRA Racing for any amount of time, you know that Alochamps is one of our resident aliens. I mean, we also have Sig, Ferrari, Cashnet. I really could not even start to name some of just the absolute aliens we have here in GAVRA Racing. And of course, if you ever do manage to beat one of them, the bragging rights is, as you can imagine, bragging rights are huge. Still tire grid very close to each other. Faster, Alochamps, K-Morse right on top of each other with Chef right behind K-Morse. And a little farther down the grid, we still have this pack still together. Manic is still trying to close the gap on Mike HLB. having a hard time because he's having to keep Flip-Flip fended off, which Flip-Flip has managed to get by ID4. ID4 is still within the 1 second range, though. It looks like these cars are separated, but they're not really. There's only a 1 second gap. And just in case you haven't drove a car at 150 miles an hour, 1 second is not very much. It's really, really quick. You pass so much of this track in 1 second. So yeah, while it looks like they're actually separated, I promise you they are not. If one of them just taps their brake wrong or just a little early, they're going to have their opponent right on top of them. 5 laps into the 64. Let's go back up here to the front. Faster has managed to, he's still holding on. He's right there at the 1 second, floating between the 1 second and 0.8 tenths or 8 tenths of a second. Alachamp still right there at 1 second behind him. So we've got a nice battle going on for first, second, and third at the moment. And ESR Schiff, let's go check on him real quick. ESR Schiff right there on top of K-Morse. Let's see if we can get a look at these liveries as they're coming down through here. No, I was, because the colors are similar for a minute, I was thinking they may have been teammates. That's right, the commentator that just covered team points does not know who the teammates are. That's how bad a job I'm doing. So, I was gonna predict that these two may work together to try to close in on first, second, and third, but seeing as how they're not teammates, I think they're gonna battle it out all the way to the end, which could be very good to see. K-Morse, very talented driver. ESR Chef, also extremely talented. And as we can see on the grid, they really are not. There is only 1.5 seconds separating K-Morse from Faster. Let's go up here to Alachamps. Alachamps back now down down to 5 tenths of a second. I believe Alachamps is just not paying Faster any attention. And Faster is doing everything he can behind him to keep up with Alachamps and put some pressure on him, letting him know, hey man, I'm back here. You're supposed to feel threatened because I'm close. It does not look like Alachamps is feeling that at all. He's just kind of ignoring him, as we can see right there. Faster is tucking himself out to the outside just a little bit, letting him know, hey man, I'm right here behind you, putting the pressure on you. Why are you not reacting to it? Oh, as we saw, I believe that was ESR Chef doing a great job in the background there, holding on to his car. Got a little squirrely coming out of turn 1, but yeah, like I said, managed to hold on to his car, so that was a great job. These cars are not easy to handle. You can catch them when they step out, but it is difficult. And yeah, y'all give me just a second, because I don't think I never put up the link on the GAVRA Racing Discord channel. Which I meant to do while the intro video was rolling, so yeah. But my slideshow worked on this one, unlike that one. So, you know, that's a good thing. Still, great battle going on for first, second, and third. Alachamps now down, still right there at the 5 tenths. Faster's going to try to go up the inside, though. Oh, great move there. Alachamps, nope, Alachamps managed to hold on to his position and keep Faster fended off somehow. And I do have to say that the fact that there was no contact right through there was just amazing drivers between those two. Like I said, this is the E1 top tier racing at GAVRA Racing. You're not going to see any better drivers, well, except for our resident aliens. Well, some of them are in this race, some of them aren't, but that's where you're going to have to go to see any better driving. And there's, like I said, a lot of them are in here, but yeah, you're going to be hard-pressed to see any better driving here at GAVRA Racing than what you're seeing tonight with the Ferrari 33 SP here at the Red Bull Ring. Alachamp's still trying to put that pressure on him. I'm also still looking down. Oh, as we now have 5th through 1st all lined up right on top of each other. So we've got Marcos in 1st. Alachamp's right behind him in 2nd. Faster also. Well, my camera guy didn't move, if y'all didn't notice. Faster's right there in 3rd, putting the pressure on him. K Morse right behind Faster, putting the pressure on him. Chef is bringing up 5th, keeping the pressure on everybody. Because I assure you that Marcos is looking all the way down that grid, all the way to 5th. He's seeing only 2.2 seconds separating the top 5 drivers at the moment, and that is going to put massive pressure on him and Alachamps as well. We have Flip Flip. Flip Flip is carving his way through the pack still, right on up the track, going to... He's got the pressure on Manic at the moment. We'll see if he makes the move here. Not quite in the position. He needs to be able to get himself just a little bit closer, try to get himself positioned a little next to him. If he could just manage to get the nose of his car in there, it will force Manic to have to give him space in the turns, which could allow Flip Flip to get the move done. But a lot of the moves that we see here with these Ferraris is set up during the turns and getting just a great exit. As long as they can get a good exit, get a little run on their opponent, that seems to be where we're seeing most of the passes happen. All the downforce these cars have, they're really, they've got a lot of grip throughout the turns. 10 laps into these 64. Still have lots of battles up and down the track. I've got to go back here and check on Snaker. Snaker's trying to close in on Dr. Fiend. But as I was doing that, I was noticing I had to go right back up here to Mike HLB and ID4. Mike HLB has got himself in the position to try to make the move. He's got the pressure really on him. Right in front of them, we have Manic and Flip Flip. Manic has really got the pressure on Flip Flip at the moment. Oh, are they going through side by side? Yes, they are. Flip Flip managing to get the position. Or I could be wrong. We're trying to keep up with all these battles. Flip Flip could have been in the front to start with, but I believe Flip Flip just got that move done around Manic, going in through that turn. If he didn't, that was an absolutely fantastic job of defensive driving. We now have 7th, 8th, 9th, and we might as well say 10th and 11th right on top of each other. Up towards the front, we still have Alachamps only 7/10 off of Marcos. And K-Morse also only just under 1 second. It's like, nope, right at there at the 1 second. 9/10 off of Faster. We could see K-Morse in a podium position before this race is over, which would be absolutely fantastic to see. I know he wants to try to get it done, and he is also very, very capable. K-Morse is a really talented driver. And once again, I say it every race, I don't know why I keep pointing out how talented these drivers are independently, because it's not an independent driver in this race. It is the whole race. Now is ID4. ID4 is trying his best to keep Mike fended off and keep the pressure on Manic. We have been seeing this three-way battle going on basically for 11 laps now. I do not see it easing off anytime soon. See if we can get a little better look at these liveries. there is a good chance at least two of these cars are teammates. Alright, so we have Manic and Mike, that's right, are teammates. And ID4 is the odd one in the bunch, and he has found himself sandwiched between two teammates. Oh no, I believe that was Mike that got a little too aggressive in turn 1 and did spin it out. He should be able to get his car back around and recover though, and not lose position to Snaker. So we still have a little bit of a gap between those two. That did cost Mike about 5 seconds there. 5 seconds, yes. Cost him 5 seconds, but this is a very fast track. Oh, and that's where he's going to make it up. That was fantastic driving from ID4 to manage to get his car stopped. I would have ruined Manic's car. I believe that's who that was. I believe that was Manic. Looks like he caught a little bit of curb there. Manic, I'm going to take responsibility for that. We'll call that one commentator's curse, because I was talking about y'all. So I'm not completely positive of what driver got loose and had it sideways in that turn, but the way ID4 was on his brakes, managed to get his car stopped, was very, very impressive. I really thought we were fixing to see a car in the air. Up towards the front, Alochamp still 7/10 to 5/10 right there off of Marcos. Master still within the 1 second mark of Alochamp, so first, second, third still in a very good battle. Flip is now reeling in K-Morse. This is going to be very, very interesting. K-Morse puts on a great defensive move. Flip is still looking for the opportunity, trying to put the pressure on him. Yeah, it looks like Flip is purposely staying right there behind K-Morse, not only to take advantage of his arrow, but to also keep pressure on. Yep, he's staying out to the side a little bit, letting him know he's there, really piling the pressure on. It's very hard to ignore that car when you see him step out to the side just a little bit. You really don't know if they're going to come on around you, or if they're just messing with you. You kind of hope they're messing with you, but if they actually went for the move, that is actually some relief, and it helps get you out of the hot seat a little bit. But that is what racing is all about. Flip's got the pressure on. Is he going to go for the inside? He's got himself lined up. K-Morse has to give him the... Wow, that's how good the action is here tonight. K-Morse had to give him room on the track. That was a great move from Flip. Like I said earlier, it looks like most of these passes are happening down more of the straights, as the drivers are just lining themselves up, getting a really good exit, taking advantage of the slipstream from the car in front of them, catching up, and then just going right on around them. And I must say, it is absolutely beautiful to see a driver make a pass like that. Flip, that was an amazing pass. At K-Morse, your defense was top notch. I don't think it could be beat by anyone except possibly our legendary defender, Joe Black. Mike is steady trying to close in on ID4. He is within 5/10. K-Morse still right there on top of Flip. Marcos has managed to get himself a little bit of a gap there from Alochamps. Not too sure what has happened, but he's managed to get up to a 1.1 second gap, which could save him a little bit. Nope, but there it is right there. Something that may have just been down a straight, back in a turn. Okay, so yeah, the times are really bouncing around from the leaders. It looks like Marcos is really trying to keep in front of Alochamps, and we all know he's going to have to push really hard. But if y'all have not watched Marcos drive, he is very, very talented and extremely fast. It looks like the rest of the field may have just barely have gotten themselves out of the 1 second mark. So we're going to go up here to Alochamps because he is 5/10 now from the leader Marcos. If he can just manage to get close enough to take great advantage of that slipstream, he could manage to get a move done, but Marcos is doing a great job of keeping that right foot down, keeping him out of the slipstream. Though we do have Faster taking great advantage of Alochamp's slipstream. You could see him going for the move. There it is right there. Pressure actually worked. Faster actually put enough pressure on Alochamp's to get him to crack just a little bit. Alochamp's out of nowhere is just pulled out some extra speed when Faster was right there next to him. I don't know where that happened. It's possible Alochamp's was a little lined up behind Marcos a little better and was able to take advantage of that slipstream and hold on to his position when Faster pulled it out of his slipstream to go for the pass. And yes, I said slipstream a lot, and I don't know how I managed to do it and still have my tongue in my mouth. So we are going to leave y'all right here for just 1 second. I am not going anywhere, but if you can't tell, I need a quick swallow of water so I can continue to commentate on this three-way battle for first, second, and third. I believe it's going to do nothing but heat up, and I believe some of these, it is 3 different teammates, so they are going to be, most likely they're going to have some different pit strategies. So it will be very interesting to see how the pit strategies start taking effect. When they do happen, we have 64 laps. I'm thinking somewhere around lap 20 to 25 for the drivers doing a 2-pit stop. Oh, and in the background we have ID4 catching up to, I believe that is Mike HLB. Yep, it is. Still not quite in range, so I'm going to go back up here to the leaders, because this is a great battle for first, second, and third. The entire podium is still up in the air. These 3 drivers managed to get themselves a little bit of a lead from everybody else. Of course, the other drivers have started closing back in. ESR Chef, the closest driver, at 3.4 seconds. So yeah, y'all excuse me 1 second. I've not gone anywhere. I'm just grabbing a quick swallow of water, because if y'all can't tell, my voice, like the driver's tires, is starting to get a little thin. But yeah, I believe 20 to 25 first for 2-stop strategies, and of course I think 30 will be a little early for the 1-stop drivers. I believe we will see them come in somewhere around about 35 laps. So they're going to want to make sure they keep a little bit extra tires right there at the And if y'all have not done it already, please hit the like and subscribe button, and definitely hit the bell so you can make sure you get all the notifications when we have races go live, which at this point, I believe we have, yes, I should be able to keep up with all this, but we have grown very quickly, and I have been having a very difficult time trying to keep up with all of the new events, races, and commentators. But y'all need to check all of them out. They've been doing a really good job. We've got a couple of commentators doing the F1 races that I wish I had half of their enthusiasm. They do a great job, highly enthusiastic during the commentary. It's really good to watch them, actually. So yes, if we have, I believe it is 1 race on Monday, 2 on Tuesday, 1 on Wednesday. We have, I believe it is 4 races today. There's also, we just got done before this one with the Gran Turismo Sport. There is the Project Cars 2 Academy and the F1 2019 Freshman League going on. And yes, I am watching the screen. As I can see, Faster is really got the pressure on Alochamps through that turn. How he didn't manage to get a move done, I do not know, other than Alochamps putting on a fantastic defense. And then on Fridays, tomorrow, we have the GT3 race on Project Cars 2 as well. Make sure y'all check that out. Cypher Knight and Dutch Muso have been doing a great job at doing those, which I have to get caught up on their thumbnails. Say I am very impressed by our podium at the moment, with Marcos, Alochamps, and Faster staying right here on top of each other, and it does look like we are starting to get into the early evening. Like I said, we will see the sun go down. Hopefully we will have an absolutely beautiful sunset here at the Red Bull GP in Austria. It is an absolutely beautiful country, so I do expect a great sunset with the weather. We should have a few clouds in the sky, so we should have some great scenery to look at and everything. It should be absolutely beautiful. And hopefully the drivers will not get distracted. We can already see a few of the drivers starting to pop their lights on. Still a little early, not quite dusk yet. I believe we will see dusk somewhere around halfway. Now 20 laps out of our 64. Oh no, it looks like Marcos has made a little bit of a mistake and went a little too wide, allowing Alochamps and Faster to get the move done, and we now have Alochamps and Faster literally side by side through turn 1. Oh, Alochamps has made the move stick, but he has Faster all on top of him. Faster still has his nose next to his car. They are still literally side by side going through turn 2. Coming into the hairpin, which is turn 3. Very, very tricky. Oh, Faster had a great track position there and managed to get the inside. Alochamps holding on to his car amazingly. Marcos right there behind Alochamps. And if you haven't noticed, ESR Chef is now in 4th and is looking to put the pressure on, as the podiums are they were fixing to go 3 wide through that turn. I've said it before and I'll say it again, the drivers driving these cars tonight, they have extra room in their cockpit because it takes a lot of balls to handle these cars, as you could just see. They were fixing to go 3 wide through that turn, and I'm stupid, but I would not have attempted that, and they weren't attempting it out of dumbness. They were doing it because they are just that talented. Yes, our chef still has the pressure on Alochamps. Alochamps has found himself back down into 3rd. Faster's in 1st. Marcos has made his way back up into 2nd. Yes, our chef is really trying to put the pressure on Marcos. As we can see, we are at dusk now. My prediction is wrong. I'm not eating my sock off of that. I did not say I would. That one was just a simple prediction. And I am keeping an eye on the drivers in the bottom of the field. It's just with the podiums right here so close together, I just can't take my camera away from them. But we are getting close to the time we should start seeing some of the 2 pit stop strategies come on in for a pit stop, though the track is cooling off very quickly right now, which is really going to put a damper on their tire conditions. Tires will start lasting a little bit longer, but with the track cooling off the way it is and the speeds they're running, they could end up having a little bit of difficulty keeping the tires warm. And which actually, yes, looking at the temperatures, it's It's not going to be a cold night, but it is going to be a little chilly, so they will struggle a little bit keeping temperature in the tires. Hopefully they've got a nice setup for that. Though a setup for the nighttime to keep your tires good and hot can work against you during the day and literally overheat your tires. It looks like Chef was there in the background. Looks like exactly what I was saying was going to happened a little bit. Looks like his back tires may have been a little cooler than he thought when he exited turn 1. Great job holding on to his car though. Aluchamp still within the 1 second mark of 1 second mark of Marcos. I thought I was just repeating stuff there for a second, and it probably was. Let's try to check in. Oh no, I can't go check in on any other drivers because we have Aluchamps and Marcos fixing to go at it. Aluchamps is putting himself in the position to go for the move. Fantastic defense from Marcos there. Marcos keeping his car exactly where Aluchamps needs to position his to get this move done. Oh no, they're in, yep, as predicted, somewhere between lap 20 and 25. So Marcos is going on into the pit. And we will see him end up, once everyone else pits, he will find himself right back up towards the top. Faster is staying out still. I do really want to start talking about the drivers' pit stop strategies because we can see on screen fuel levels and things, but the drivers that are watching the show or listening to the commentary, they cannot see how much fuel the other drivers are carrying, so I'm not gonna say that. Yeah, we'll wait till we know all the drivers have gotten all of their pit stops in. Faster now with a 4-second. I don't know how that happened all of a sudden, but Faster managed to get a 4-second lead in front of Aluchamps. It could be Aluchamps trying to keep ESR Chef fended off here. Chef is not that easy to get fended off. Once he gets behind you, he's kind of planted there. You're not going to get rid of him very easily whatsoever. Farther on down the background, I'm going to risk missing a battle here because I love seeing these battles on farther down the track. We have once again ID4 trying to close in on Manic UK. Let's see if he can get a move done with him. He's within the 1 second mark. He needs to get a little bit closer. Like I said, it's going to start getting very, very difficult for these drivers to push their cars as the track is cooling off very, very quickly. Flip, going through the pit. Yeah, and as the track cools off and it's doing it fast, their tires are going to get colder. And at the rate the track is actually cooling off, it's going to make their tires cool off a little extra quick. So usually with a standard time progression, as you went through this time phase right here from day into night, it would actually take, you know, several laps for the track and your tires to cool off a couple of degrees. With the 10-time accelerated time that the drivers are running tonight, it's going to happen really fast. So the grip levels on the track and for your tires are literally changing anywhere from every half a lap to 1 lap. So this is the part where it's fixing to get very, very difficult on the drivers, you know, because the Ferrari 33 SP with its monster V12, man, look at the size of those tires and that wing on the back of it. You know this thing's a monster and it's hard to handle anyway. But I always do love a nice accelerated time progression race. They look absolutely beautiful. So we are getting to the end of Sunset. Sunset was a little fast, but it was very nice, I must say. Hopefully y'all enjoyed maybe a nice hot cup of tea or something during the sunset. I know I usually do. Yes, that's right, an American that enjoys a nice hot cup of tea. What can I say? drivers are now spread out, so we're going to go while everyone is a little spread out. ID4 looks like he's just kind of sitting comfortable. I don't think we're going to see him go for the move. He's not poking out too much around or being very threatening to Manic. I think he's just sitting behind Manic and trying to use him to help get themselves on up the field. So sometimes even non-teammates work together. I do it all the time. I will very quickly, if you're faster than me, I will fall in behind you and try to take advantage of your slipstream and see if I can get you to pull me up the track quickly. So we're going to go up here to Faster, who is currently in first. Alichamps is currently in second. He has ESR Chef only 2 seconds behind him though. K-Morse is in fourth. The podium has managed to get a 20-second lead over them somehow. Like I said earlier, I guess we'll just we'll call that aliens. The aliens have really separated themselves from the grid a little bit, but we have a lot of pit stop strategies that are going to make a massive difference on this race. Manic UK is in fifth. Of course, ID4 in sixth still has the pressure right there on Manic. Yet, like I said, we can see he's not really... Oh, no, there he poked himself out to the side a little bit there. I can't tell if he was trying to be threatening to Manic and let him know that he's back there. He may go for a move, or if that was just the preferred line, but I still think that when he's close to him, he's kind of just concentrated on staying in his slipstream for the moment. Dr. Fiend is not too far behind them in seventh, followed by Snaker in eighth, Red 15 in ninth, Marcos in 10th. Marcos was our leader. He went through and did the pit stop already, so I believe we will see him doing two. No, he may not. He may have taken all the fuel and all the tires he needs to finish this race. Very difficult to tell. Flip currently in 11th. Hodgkirk is in 12th. Mike HLB in 13th. And Agulator in 14th. And I believe a lot of the bottom of the field are drivers we saw that got caught up in the first turn. I believe it was turn 3 issues. Flip now catching up, putting pressure on Marcos. Up here in the middle of the pack we have Manic closing in on ID4, Dr. Fiend closing in on Manic, Snaker closing in on Dr. Fiend. So we have a nice battle here for 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th as we are 28 laps into the 64. Drivers still staying right there on top of each other. We're seeing some great battles up and down the track tonight. The sun is pretty much down. We've got all the headlights on. Though the track is steady, going to get cooler and cooler. Still 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th right here on top of each other. We're seeing a great midfield battle here. Flip still trying to get the move done on Marcos. Let's go right back there and check in on that. He's within the 1 second range. Like I said earlier, it's with the track getting as cool as it is, it's going to start getting very difficult for the drivers to push the cars. As we can see, Snaker got a little wide and a little bit squirrely there. Fantastic job of holding on to his car though. And I'm just gonna, this is just a wild and crazy guess because you know I'm crazy and I like to guess. I'm going to guess, I'm guessing that we're seeing a move going on here. Snaker going around red. That was a very nice run. Yeah, pretty much just like most of the passes we have seen during this race. Snaker got a good run on the exit and managed to get right on around Dr. Fiend. Just get a good exit, get yourself positioned right up behind your opponent, take advantage of their slipstream, and then once you get in the straight, you just come right on around them. Trying to get the move done on Marcos, not quite able to do it. Master still with a 1.5 second lead over Allochamps. Allochamps has 4 seconds on ESR Chef. So we have a little bit of a gap going on between first, second, and third now, which will help them be able to relax a little bit. And who knows, if they relax a little too much, maybe we'll see these other drivers catch right on back up to them. Flip though, still trying to battle his way back up to the front. Yeah, everybody except right here in the mid-pack has gotten themselves spread out a little bit, so this is definitely where all the action is. Dr. Fiend not quite close enough. No, he is close enough to start going for a move there. He's trying to get his nose in. If he can just manage to get the tip of his car up next to Manic going into one of these turns, Manic will have to give him some space and could allow him to get the move done. It's going to be very hard to do though. Manic is very good, very defensive. In racing, it is not always about outrunning your opponent. Sometimes it is literally about outthinking them. Still right here on top of each other. We see Faster going on through the pit, so that is our leader. Oh, and Allochamps. I had a feeling those two might follow each other right on into the pit, and I'm thinking we may. Yep, and I was fixing to say I think we're going to see ESR Chef also go through the pit. That will keep that battle going as this battle's going side by side. Snaker in red right there on top of Dr. Fiend and Manic, really going side by side with all of them. We almost had a nice 4 wide going through that turn. Very impressive. We've got a little bit of a gap that just separated the cars a little bit. That just shows you how good the driving is. A couple of them knew it was better to back out and let it cost them a little time than to make it so risky coming through there. Oh, as Dr. Fiend just barely does not bump the back of Manic, who I believe is going into the pit. Yep, Manic is going ahead taking a pit stop at lap 32 of our 64. I think it's safe to say he plans on staying out the distance. We have a lot of the drivers now going through the pit. Manic Red also going through the pit. Just promoted Dr. Fiend and Marcos into 5th and 6th. Flip into 7th. Aloe Champs into 8th. And I believe as these other drivers hit, we will see Aloe Champs move his way right back up the field. Fantastic three-way battle. Oh, sorry, five-way battle going on here. Snaker, Dr. Fiend, Marcos, Flip, and Aloe Champs. Snaker's managing to hold on to his lead at 4th right now, but he has Dr. Fiend right behind him. Dr. Fiend and Marcos going side by side. Marcos has got the move done. Oh, I believe someone went a little bit wide there. Allow Marcos into 5th, Flip into 6th. Dr. Fiend's holding on to 7th. Aloe Champs in 8th. I just saw another driver. Yep, is that Snaker? Snaker going through the pit. Also ID4. Okay, so we're seeing the whole midfield just about go through the pit again. We've got K-Morse back into the pit. Alright, so now we are now sitting with Faster in the lead with a 6-second gap over Marcos. Marcos in 2nd. Flip is 3rd. Still, that battle really just got moved right on up from the back of the field into 3rd, 4th, and 5th, which is just going to make these drivers fight each other even more. So, yes, Flip, Dr. Fiend, and Aloe Champs trying to get close enough to Marcos to make a move on 2nd. Farther on down the field, we have Manic UK and Red 15 getting very close to each other. We are just over the halfway mark of this race, lap 34 of the 64. Oh, I spoke too late. Lap 35 of the 64, so 29 laps left to go. As we have Marcos and Flip going side by side. They're going to come all the way down here into the hairpin, which is turn 3. Looks like Flip being very smart, backing out just a little bit to allow enough room. Which they do have Aloe Champs not far behind them. If they mess up, they could both be in jeopardy of losing their positions to Aloe Champs. Flip manages to get to the inside. Very nice move from Marcos there, falling right in behind him. Still side by side going through the turn. They're literally just swapping positions back and forth here. And no, that did not sound right at all. Flip managing to come out with the lead. Marco's still right behind him though. It's a great battle for 2nd place. We've got a battle going on farther down the field for 4th and 5th with Aloe Champs and ESR Chef. Dr. Fiend has gone on through the pits. Red and Manic are right there on top of each other. Red is also trying to close in on Mike HLB. I really want to go back there and check them out. The way these leaders are driving, they're not giving me very much free camera time here. Alright, they've got a little bit of a gap here. Let's check in on the back of the field. Snaker, Red, and Manic. They're right here on top of each other. We've got a 3-way battle for 9th 9th, 10th, and 11th place. Dr. Fiend still in the pit. I'm hoping he did not pick up damage anywhere. Oh, as these are coming back around, which is going to put Dr. Fiend behind even more. Oh, no, that's terrible. Alright, he does have his car on the move at least, though. Got a little spread out again there. Snaker's still right on top of Red. And Dr. Fiend still right on top of Manic. And we've got a little bit of traffic going on here. Hopefully all the drivers can get on through nice and clean. We actually have drivers on 3 different laps, believe it or not. We have a current marker, a front marker, and a back marker right here, all tied up together, which is making this very, very interesting. Mike HLB right there on top of Manic in the 1 second mark. It looks like he's going to have to get a little bit closer before he can get that move done. Snaker's right there on top of Red, but he needs to get just a little closer so he can try to make a move. Yep, we do. We're right back. We've got a little bit of traffic here going on again. Once again, we've got a front marker, a current marker, and a back marker right here on top of each other. I'll tell you what, we're going to go up here to... Let's go up here to our leader, Faster. Where is Faster? He is also closing in on some back markers, so he's got himself in a little bit of traffic there. Looks like the back markers are doing a really good job at trying to unlap themselves there. And as always, y'all will see a great demonstration of driver respect and fantastic job of following the blue flag rules. It's like right now they're doing a great job of getting themselves unlapped, but as soon as Faster does get right there on top of them, they will let him by. Give me just a little bit of a flash. Tell me you let me come on by you there. Yep, there we go. They did have to go a little bit wide to let him on by there so they could both keep the speed up. Great job from both drivers. Though Faster still does have a 7-second lead. He can take it a little bit comfortable, but as we all know, if you take it too comfortable, you have your opponent right there on top of you. As we can already see, Marcos is having a little bit of success getting through that traffic and catching up to it as he just closed that gap from 7 seconds to 6.5. But Marcos is right there at the back of traffic, so he's going to have to navigate a little bit of traffic if he has any hopes of catching Faster, which... as many laps as we have left, we still have 25 laps left. 6 seconds can disappear in the blink of an eye. Let's go right back down here to Snaker, still on top of Red. Oh, here we go. Let's go back down here and check on Hodgker. Hodgker putting the pressure on Mike HLB within the 1 second mark. Mike HLB is trying to keep Hodgker outran. We're just going to have to see if he's going to be successful or not. Hodgker also very, very fast. Manic, too. Very, very fast. Again, none of these drivers are slow. This is, again, the top tier at GAVRA Racing. And speaking of GAVRA Racing, if you haven't gone to the website, you should. It is gavraracing.altavista.org. Address is on the screen, as well as in the description below. Oh, as we have a little bit of, not sure what that was. I believe that was a little bit of lost grip there, which has allowed Hotchker to get by Manic. Manic's still right there on top of him, though, wanting to take that position back. Great job from Hotchker holding on to his car. It is getting quite late in the night. Track is getting very, very cold, and I imagine their tires are being extremely difficult to keep the heat in the tires. Temperature in the top right-hand corner was the afternoon temperature. There we go. Nice little flash telling them let them on by. I'm a front marker. Very good respect from all drivers when we have blue flags or well, front markers and back markers. I must say, I still do get confused at the way Project Cars has our markers colored. You have a red dot behind you. That is a blue flag, and you're supposed to let them by. If you have a blue flag behind you, it is a lapped car. Very, very odd. So yes, blue flags are red flags are blue. White dot is on the current lap. So yeah, basically we have Hotchker closing in on a back marker, or no, he's right behind a front marker. Sorry, see how confused I get with these? He is right behind the red flag, or front marker. They are doing a great job of catching up and trying to unlap yourself, though they are in between a little bit of traffic there. We still have a big mix of traffic going on with some of these battles. Thankfully, none of the traffic is interfering with any of these battles. Drivers doing a great job. Snaker Red right there on top of each other. Red right on top of ID4. Say I would think that ID4 is the one feeling the most pressure at the moment. He knows if he makes a tiny mistake, not only is Red going to get by, Snaker will as well. So it's always extra pressure when you know you don't stand to just lose one position, you actually stand to lose two. And all you can really do is just try to keep your cool and not make a mistake and keep them fended off, and really hope that the one behind you, which in ID4's case is Red 15. I'm sure ID4 is really hoping that Red will get a little distracted with Snaker, because we know Snaker's going to try to get a move here sometime soon. Let's try to get a look at the liveries. I'm pretty sure... Wait a minute. Look at the liveries here. If Red and Snaker are teammates... Nope, they are not. I was going to say, if Red and Snaker are teammates, ID4 could have himself in a little bit of trouble because they could work together, but they're not. And while I was saying that, it looks like Red managed to get a run on ID4 and get the move done. Right behind them, though, we have ID4 and Snaker side by side coming into turn one. Neither driver willing to give up. Snaker was just naturally on the inside. He had the position, but he did lose it coming through there. ID4 had nowhere literally to go. It did cost Snaker his rear wing. Hopefully, Snaker can get it back around to the pit and get that fixed really quick and get back out on track. Because with it being nighttime, this cool track, cold tires, these cars are literally going to be undrivable without that rear wing. Very, very bad turn of events for Snaker there. Like I said, hopefully he'll be able to get in there, get it fixed really quick, and get back out on track and still manage to hold on to a pretty good position. It's currently in 10th. Hopefully he'll be able to hold on to that. We've got Flip closing in on ESR. This is our next closest battle besides Hotchker and Snaker at the moment. Lap 43 of the 64. As we do have somewhat, I believe that is Unfortunately, that is Snaker. He's, like I said, his tires are really cold. This is a very cold track. No rear fin. It is going to be very, very difficult for him to get back to the pit. Highly frustrating for the driver. I feel very bad for him, and I truly do feel his frustration at the moment, as I hope everyone watching does as well. He was having a fantastic race, but still, fingers crossed he can get in there, get it fixed, and get back out. 20 laps left. Flip really keeping the pressure on ESR Chef here. And I can tell by the way, yep, see right there, Flip is steady, easing himself out to the side, letting Chef know, hey, I'm here, I'm looking for my move. I'm putting the pressure on you. I'm gonna try to crack you like an egg. It hasn't worked just yet. Chef does take the pressure very well. And no, I did not even mean to make a cheesy joke about Chef and cracking an egg and Flip. It just worked like that. Somewhat amusing, but very, very cheesy. Again, not a joke on Chef. Just me with really bad puns. Alright, Snaker has managed to get his car in the pit, thankfully. He is still in front of Agulator. He could still manage... Oh, no, Agulator just came by, but we still have a lot of laps left. Like I said, 20 laps. Some of the drivers are on 2 pit stop strategy, so we're still going to see some drivers coming back in, which will let Snaker make up some positions. And let's see here. Let's check on... Alright, see it. All the drivers have not came in yet, so I don't want to talk about fuel levels, but we see here. Y'all can see what I see there, and y'all can see what I see with this driver here. But I must say, this is a really great battle between Flip and ESR Chef. Flip is managing to keep Chef held off for the meantime. For how long, we don't know. And of course, still faster in the lead, almost 7 seconds now in front of Marcos. Marcos has a 3-second lead on top of Aluchamps. Looks like Flip has managed to get himself outside the 1-second mark from Chef. Chef really just needs to if he concentrates on a good steady lap right now and just maintaining where he is, I have a feeling it'll work out very good for him. Behind them they have K-Morse. There is quite a gap there. Not quite 30 seconds, more about 26-second gap between ESR Chef and K-Morse. Chef now closing the gap back up on Flip. We may have to stick with this battle for a little while. It is kind of going back and forth, but in the background where I have to go is Hodgker and Manic UK. Hodgker's really got the pressure on Manic, trying to get himself in position for the move. And out of repetitiveness, because that's how a lot of this track is working, it is very important for the drivers to get very close coming through the turn to line themselves up to take advantage of the slipstream as soon as they hit the straight and make the pass. Note how we are not seeing any dive bombs. All the passes are happening more or less down the straight. Hodgker managed to get himself side by side with Manic there for just a moment. Looks like Manic was just in the right track position that naturally gave him the spot though, helped him hold on to it. Hodgker pushing very, very hard there, so we can see, took a little bit off the inside of the track. Hopefully it did not give him a penalty. That is one of the turns that the race director can be very, very brutal on. Marcos in third going through the pit. Oh, that is going to be very, very interesting. Yep, that's about what I was thinking. He was so close with some of the other drivers. That does put Flip in third. Chef is in fourth. Marcos still in fifth, trying to get some fuel and new tires. Maybe he can still get back out there in front of K-Morse. His pit crew will have to hurry though. Still battling very, very hard. We should be getting very close. Oh, as they are now side by side. Hodgker and Manic again. Hodgker's in the front. How will this work out with the way the track is laid out? Oh, Hodgker managed to hold on to higher speed around the outside of the turn. You can see Manic thought he could get enough speed up to cut around through the inside, but not quite able to hold on to the grip level to get that move done and take that position back. Manic pushing very hard to catch up with Hodgker. Up towards the front, we still do have ESR closing in on Chef. Red 15 is closing in on Marcos. Let's check in on Marcos and Red real quick. It looks like Hodgker's got himself. He's not safe by any means, but it looks like they're right there. Yep. On the higher edge of the 1 second mark. So yeah, let's definitely go check in on Red and Marcos. Like I said earlier, Red 15 coming into the championship late and really taking it by storm. It's made itself right up in the middle of the standings and has been doing a fantastic job. Still trying to get himself in a good spot. Quite able to close that gap. You can tell he is pushing very, very hard though. He is definitely trying to figure out just how much grip he has in these cold tires, especially coming down this straight, and if he can actually spare any of it and get a little bit closer to Marcus. Hodgker and Manic right there on top of each other in the background. We don't see the little triangle going off, but they go off every once in a while, but they're very, very close. Where is Alochamps though? We just saw his triangle go off, saying he was within 1 second. Nope, he has, there it is. Alochamps has gone into the pit, putting Chef into second place. Chef is out for the duration. He has more than enough fuel to finish this race up. Chef could find himself sitting very, very nice. All he needs to do is just run consistent laps. He is 18 seconds from faster, but he also has quite a considerable gap to Alochamps in third. If these timings are right, which they could be wrong, the game does glitch every now and then. Yep, there it is. So K-Morse now in third. ESR Chef does have a 28-second lead over K-Morse. So like I said, Chef just needs to just pound out consistent laps. He could possibly catch faster for a first position, but I believe if he pushes too hard, he's really just going to hurt himself and lose second. Well, that's why I say he just needs to pound out those good consistent laps. Along with K-Morse also should have just enough fuel to make the race. Also, he has, what is that, 5 and 3. That's right, I'm questioning what 5 plus 3 is. That is the state of my brain from keeping up with all of this racing tonight. I believe that's 8. So K-Morse with a 8-second lead over Marcos. So he also, if he can just hold on, pound out consistent laps, he could hold on to that third. Because Marcos has Flip-Flip not too far behind him. Flip-Flip is only about 2.5 seconds behind Marcos, so we could see a battle very soon going on between Flip-Flip and Marcos, though Flip-Flip is trying to keep Red fended off at the moment. So it's going to be a little difficult for him to close the gap to Marcos and keep Red fended off. So I do believe that K-Morse has a very strong chance of holding on to that third position. We have 14 laps left. everyone watching, please go ahead and start letting me know who y'all are voting for driver of the day. I mean, I usually, if y'all have watched me much, you know I usually do not nominate or vote for someone on the podium. And he had the driver of the day last week, but K Morse's performance tonight is literally blowing me out of the water. He still is holding on to that 6-second gap in front of Marcos. But K Morse's race tonight is just fantastic, so I'm really wanting to nominate K Morse again and give him my vote, but it is really all about you, the viewers, and the other drivers that happen to be watching, to decide who your driver of the day is. But please be checking out the drivers, what you saw in the beginning of the race, how everyone's done, and let me know here soon. I will start probably about lap 58. I will start getting the podium set up for the drivers. Red and Flip-Flip are still basically our only battle here at the moment. So we're going to give them a little chance to run free and off of the camera, maybe catch up with each other, take the commentator pressure off of them. We're going to go up here and we have Faster still in the lead, 20 seconds. ESR Chef now with 30 seconds in front of K Morse. ESR Chef, just keep it up, pound out those laps, man. You are sitting beautiful for a fantastic second place win, which I know will make you very, very happy, as it will Miss Chef as well. And who knows, if you get that second place position, maybe Miss Chef will let you race just a little bit more. Maybe not. She may say you don't need to race anymore, you're doing really good. But who knows? Maybe she'll let you get a little bit more racing in if you can manage to hold on to that second place position and make her very, very proud of you. K Morse holding on to third, but unfortunately Marcos is closing that gap. Marcos only 3 seconds behind him now. We could see K Morse under a lot of pressure from Marcos very soon and threatened for his third place position. This is going to start getting very, very tricky for K Morse. Let's have a look at Marcos. Yeah, Marcos not very far behind him at all now. And they do have a blue marker or a red flag in between them, which is a lapped car. Yes, that is a lapped car. So that will hold Marcos up just a little, but not very much. I'm looking at the track right now. Yeah, we can see. Yeah, we've got, looks like maybe even we've got a little bit of a mix of going on here. Yeah, we've got Marcos. Looks like Marcos is actually maybe right behind. Yeah, Marcos is right behind a back marker who is doing a great job of unlapping himself and is managing to take great advantage of the one in front of him, Slipstream. Yep, and there we go. Yep, we can see them go on by. Of course, the leader's still right there on top of them. This is going to get very, very tricky with that back marker there. Marcos, oh, yep, Marcos managed to get the move done there somewhere and put himself in second. K Morse now in fourth. Flip-Flip is up in the mix now for fifth, so we have a three-way battle going on for third, essentially, ladies and gentlemen, with only 11 laps left to go. This is going to be very exciting. It's going to make for a great finish. And I also have to say, Red 15 is not far out of this fight either. He is only 1.4 seconds outside of this battle, so we could also see Red 15 involved in this battle for third position. I really want to go down there and check on Alochamps and ID4, but I really want to stick right here with this battle of K Morse, Flip-Flip, and Red, and Marcos. Marcos has managed to get out in the front just a little bit, leaving K-Morse to have to fight with Flip and Red. Flip really trying to get himself in the position. He's really piling the pressure on K-Morse at the moment. K-Morse really has that right foot down, we can tell. He's trying everything he can to hold on to that 4th position. It's going to be very hard for him, as we see in the background. I believe that is... Oh, we've got K-Morse and, K-Morse and Flip going side by side through the first turn and battling it out, which has allowed Red to get right there on top of them as well. K-Morse is trying to set himself up for the inside. Nope, not quite able to do it. Flip did manage to outbreak him, and K-Morse ended up finding Red right there next to him. Red doing a fantastic job at the late braking there. He managed to get himself right up there next to K-Morse. K-Morse had no choice but to give him the room on the outside, which did cost him a little bit on the exit of that turn. And yep, and there is Red by K-Morse. Red does have a penalty though. How much we don't know. I would check, but we're close to the end, and I have been failing at walking and chewing bubblegum, so I am terrified if I try to check, I could accidentally leave the race, and we all know we don't want that, because we are getting right here close to the end. This is getting really good. 10 laps left at 1 minute and 23 seconds per lap, so right at about 15 minutes left in this race. Drivers really closing in on each other. Dr. Fiend out of nowhere closing in on K-Morse. K-Morse has plenty of fuel. His tires could be dropping off of a cliff there on him. And of course, like I said, the track is very, very cold. It's being very difficult to keep in the tires. Oh, Dr. Fiend trying to go for the outside, not able to do it. K-Morse with a fantastic defense. Fiend still right there behind him. Really keeping the pressure on. Alochamps and ID4 are going at it, not too far behind them. We're going to take just a really quick peek at these two. Alochamps trying to get himself up next to ID4. If he can manage to get himself a little bit closer, we'll see a great battle there, though it does look like Alochamps is carrying just a little bit of front-end damage, which is going to hurt. It's going to make it a little harder for him to close that gap on ID4. He'll lose a little bit of front aero going through the turns, which will hurt him. Dr. Fiend still trying to close the gap on K-Morse. K-Morse still only 3 seconds from Red 15. Red 15 only 2 seconds from Flip, who is in 4th. Flip is only 1.5 seconds from Marcos in 3rd. So, yes, 3rd through 7th are literally... Well, it looks like a bigger gap than it actually is. There's a 6-second gap, but all the drivers are just barely separated by about 1.5 seconds. Dr. Fiend managed to get the move on K-Morse. K-Morse still right behind him. I think we're going to see him try to take that position back at any moment now. This has been a great turn. We've really been seeing some drivers. Yep, there it is. Dr. Fiend went a little bit wide there. Really let K-Morse close the gap up. I'm not too sure who that was behind them, but it looked like they went a little wide as well. That may have been ID4. ID4, Alochamp still going at it. Let's check on them. Yep, Alochamp still right on top of ID4. ID4 even sneezes wrong, he's going to have Alochamps go right by him. Same here with Dr. Fiend and K-Morse. If Dr. Fiend makes any kind of a mistake, K-Morse is just going to blow right by him and take that position. So massive pressure on Dr. Fiend at the moment. are still keeping the pressure on Dr. Fiend. Aloe Champ's also still keeping the pressure on ID4. Faster still with a 22-second lead. Marcos is 30 seconds behind ESR Schiff. I still think ESR Schiff is sitting in a beautiful spot for second place. And once again, I know that is going to make him very, very happy. And it will be very well earned if he can just manage to hold on to it. We are on lap 57 of the 64. So 7 laps left. He doesn't have that much longer. Fatigue is really going to be an issue for these drivers right now. They've been driving at night for quite some time. It really hurts your vision is how much you can see on the track, and hurts your concentration as well. Because if you're anything like me, as soon as the sun goes down, it doesn't matter what you're doing. I'm old and I start passing out. It's just the way it happens. Flip now closing the gap on Marcos. I did not see that happening. How are we gonna actually see a battle for third position? I for sure thought Marcos was sitting very nice and was under no pressure or threat whatsoever from losing his third position. But this is it. This is a battle for the podium. Flip putting massive pressure on Marcos. Just gonna have to, if I'm getting a little quiet here, y'all, it's because I am on the edge of my seat watching this battle, trying to see who is gonna take this third place. I honestly have no idea who's gonna come out on top or who to root for. Both Marcos and Flip are GAVRA favorites. While these two fight it out, and they have me on the edge of the seat of my seat, and I don't even know what to talk about because they have me on the edge of my seat. Once again, quick shameless advertisement with 5 laps left, and yeah, go ahead and let me know who y'all want to see for driver of the day. I still am eyeballing K Morse, even though he did pull in driver of the day last week. He's had a great race. He's holding on to 5th. Hodgker also had a really good race. I'm also eyeing Snaker. Snaker had a fantastic race until he did lose his rear wing. He struggled very hard to get back to the pit, but he managed to get back to the pit. He fixed his car and got back out on track, which is way more than a lot of drivers do, so you have to give it to him for his determination and dedication for this race. And if I'm not mistaken, we could be seeing the sun trying to peek up behind the trees. We could actually see a little bit of dawn here, which definitely means the drivers will be very, very tired from this race, as they will have raced all night long and started mid-afternoon. If I get a little bit quiet, it is because I am starting to get the podium together. We are down to the last 4 laps. Flip's really got the pressure on Marcos at the moment. He's just about got the move done. Nope, not quite able to get up next to him. All he needs is just one good run out of one of these turns, and I believe we will see Flip sitting in 3rd. Marcos really wants to hold on to that 3rd place position, though. He has definitely, oh, and that's it right there. Marcos, the pressure got to him. He got a little bit too wide there. The race director is going to be very, very brutal on him on that turn, unless he takes the slowdown, which it looks like he may have decided to take the slowdown. If he takes the slowdown, he does still have a little bit of a shot of taking that spot back from Flip. but it is going to be very, very tough. Really not wanting to let him go. Let's go down here and check on K-Morse real quick. Oh, it's a great time to check on K-Morse and Dr. Fiend as they're going side by side. Are they going down? Oh, they're coming into turn 3. Dr. Fiend was on the inside, which naturally gave him the position there. K-Morse doing a great job of holding on to the outside, still keeping the pressure on him. And I have to go right back up here. I can't stay with these drivers for too long. I've got to check in on third. K-Morse, you are running one hell of a race. Dr. Fiend, this is a great defense. You two are going to slug it out right here to the end. I'm going to try my best to bounce back and forth between Flip, Marcos, and Dr. Fiend and K-Morse. Stick with K-Morse and Dr. Fiend. No, keep it together, K-Morse. Oh, he got a little bit squirrely there. He just suffered the commentator's curse, everyone. That was the commentator's curse all day. No denying it at all. It was because I was so excited and trying to keep up with all of them that I just cursed the shit out of K-Morse. K-Morse, send me a message after the race, cussing me out. I deserve it. I will take responsibility for that. Which does put Flip still holding on to third at the moment. But there still is the possibility we could see Marcos try to take it, but I do not have a sticker for Marcos. Because he is a stand-in. I'm not too positive as to who he is replacing. He's in a yellow car. I can get a quick look at his car there. He's in the number 4. Which one is the number 4? Alright, so he is replacing Interceptor, so if he gets it, it will not be the correct sticker, but I will have Interceptor's sticker up there just in case Marcos does get it. But it'll show Interceptor, but we will say Marcos. But it is currently still Flip, and down to the last lap. Everybody, I really want to give Snaker the driver of the day. Where's your graphics at? There, Snaker. Let's get you moved over there into position. 1 lap left. Very, very close. Where is faster? I don't want to miss him coming across the line. He's still halfway around the track. Skip right back up here with Marcos and Flip. I do not believe we're going to see Marcos catch up. It's going to be very tough with the 1 lap left. But the pressure this is it right here. It's the last lap. This is where all the pressure really piles up. So all the pressure is on Flip. To not make a mistake and keep Marcos fended off, which is not going to be easy. And we can see in the background there, Alachamp's catching up and trying to go in a last-minute battle with K-Morse for 7th. And I believe go up here. Yep, we have Flip, or sorry everyone, faster across the line. Looks like ESR Chef or someone's having a little bit of fun there. let's catch. Oh, there he is, ESR Chef. You know that man right there is very, very happy. Look at all those lights flashing. He is hella happy at the moment, and I don't blame him. Hopefully, like I said, you also made Miss Chef very, very happy, Chef, and she'll let you race a little bit more. Yeah. Oh yeah, we can tell Chef is very happy. I'm really excited for him too. He is one of my more favorite driver. I have about a top 20. Yeah, I know it's terrible. Top 20. Flip across the line. Marcos across the line. Red getting ready to come across the line. All the drivers piling up there at the end of turn 1. They're all really happy. Let's see, here comes Dr. Fiend across the line. Everyone up at the start or into turn 1 is giving us a great show up there. Everybody's giving us some massive spin outs. And let's see, yep, and that was it. And there we go, y'all. We have Faster in first, ESR Chef in second, Flip third, Marcos fourth, Red 15 in fifth, Dr. Fiend in sixth, K-More seventh, Allochamps 8th, ID4 9th, Hodgker is 10th, Manic is 11th, Agulator 12th, Mike HLB 13th, and Snaker brings up 14th. And there we go. Now we'll have instead of going back to the lobby, I have our little podium up there, and we'll do a quick breakdown of the race. I must say, that was a hell of a race all the way through the end. K-Morse kept himself involved in some great battles all the way to the end. It was very unfortunate that I cursed the hell out of him right there at the end. He can cuss me out for that later. I definitely feel that was the commentator's curse. All the drivers, very good show tonight. Great battles, great amount of respect between the front markers, current lap, and back markers. It was actually it was fantastic to watch. I mean, of course, as always, as I keep saying, this is the top tier here at GAVRA Racing, so it's always great to watch. And somehow my little closing video here of the pit lane, oh, no, wait a minute, there it is, it's getting dark again. I was going to say, actually, it ended up syncing up pretty good with the race and was getting light again, but apparently the sun came up and is setting again very, very soon. Once again, Faster just blew it out of the water with his first place. He had a massive lead on everybody. Chef, damn, man, that was one hell of a race. You should be very proud and very, very happy, which I'm sure you are. Flip pulled off that third with a hell of a battle with Marcos right there at the end of the race. I believe that was the last 15 to 20 laps. Flip and Marcos were both going toe-to-toe, slugging it out. Neither driver willing to give the other one an inch, and also showing massive respect for each other on the track. It was absolutely great to watch. It kept me right on the edge of my seat, as I hope it did everyone else that is watching. And of course, I gave Snaker the driver of the day. He had a hell of a race until he unfortunately lost his back wing. But like I said, he put in the dedication to go all the way back around to the pit, which was very, very difficult on cold tires, a cold track, no rear wing. But he got it back to the pit, got his car fixed, and finished the race. That shows a massive amount of dedication from Snaker for this race. And so yeah, there was really nobody else for me to give it to. For that right there, he definitely earned it. And I guess it is about that time, everyone. Once again, I have no shame, so here's my advertisement. Go to the website, gavraracing.altervista.org. The link is in the description below, as well as a link to the Discord channel and a link to the Patreon site if you wish to help support us. We are community driven. And on the website, you will find everything you need to sign up for any of the races, and along with driver stats and current league points and everything else. I have to say the F1 2019 leagues have really been blowing it out of the water. Make sure y'all check those out. The commentators have been doing a great job. Make sure you tune in tomorrow night for Dutch Muso and Cypher Night for the GT3 race. And Flip will be again racing in that. He's been doing really good. I will be in it. Once again, though, as I said Tuesday, do not watch me. Watch one of the better drivers. I suggest AA Razy, Flip, Joe Black. I'm not sure if we will have Bowie racing or not, but we also have Manic and Mike are also in it. They do a great job. Root for one of those. Like I said, watch all the good drivers. Don't watch me at the back. And yeah, go to the website, check everything out. Gavra has been adding a lot of information every week and a buttload of new features. Like I said, he's added so much new stuff that next week for Tuesday's F1 2019 Super League, instead of just cutting y'all to the end standings like I'm going to do in just a minute, I'll actually pull up the website and we'll take a quick look at it on air, because he has been adding that much stuff. It's definitely worth pulling up for a minute and showcasing at the end of the race. But yes, thank you everyone for watching. I hope y'all enjoyed it. A huge thanks go out to you, the viewers, the drivers, and as always, the administrators at GAVRA Racing and Gavra Novik himself. They work very hard on putting all these things together and organizing them for us to do and to watch. And I will leave y'all with the standings for all the Project Cars 2 leagues currently. And yeah, thanks for watching. I have been Jukebox, and y'all have a good night.